Yo, yo, yo. It's Marky Marks. Bro. Hope everybody had a good day today. I did. Oh, shit. Can't believe that. It's like the dumbest shit ever. See anything crazy? Oh, cool. This one looks cool. I like that. It's too bad it's got this stupid orange crap. Right. Sure. Oh, nice. Oh man, I like that one. Turquoise. Fuck, that one looks nice. Hey, what's up, Nick? How you doing, bro? How's it going? Oh, look who we have here. Love and Life. How you been? Yes, I'm glad to see you. I was actually thinking about you the other day. I said, I haven't seen Love and Life forever. I was thinking about all my old friends and members. I'm like, where's everybody too? I'm on here every night now. Everybody complained I wasn't on. Now I'm on. Nobody's here. All right, Nick. No problem, bro. But yeah, all's good. Love and Life. I'm hanging in there. All's good. Staying out of trouble. Doing what I have to do. Helping out mom and dad, my sister, everybody. Playing Superman as usual. All right, no problem, Nick. I'll check that for you. Uh, you know what, Nick? I see like a guy here in spirit as well. Um, he's got like white hair and it's like comb. He's got it combed backwards and he's got like a slight beard, but his hair is all white. Um, could be like somebody in spirit that you know. Could be like a grandfather, father, somebody, uncle. Um, they got like a um I wouldn't say like a chubby face, but like they got like that. They look like they're built, like they're big. Like a strong dude, big dude. Could be somebody in spirit that knows you, even if you don't know them, even if you never met your grandfather or something like that. Could be him, could be a great grandfather, could be somebody of significance, could be somebody you know but is in spirit. The person's like got a collar shirt, pinstripe like shirt. They look presentable. I would say they're about 5 foot something, at most 6 feet. Not quite, but I'd say maybe. Mm. Anyway, I don't know if you know that person, but that's who I see. But for the next from now to like the end of the month, from now to the end of the month, you could be feeling like overburdened. You could be feeling the pressure. You could feel like you want to solve issues and solve problems, but um, you'll get there if you put the effort to meet your goals and to make things happen that will possibly happen. Just make sure you're not selfish or do any selfish or have any selfish behavior towards anybody, and you'll be fine. I do see some new possibility, a new relationship. You just have to approach the old problems and get rid of them. This person could be like even a new acquaintance or somebody you're going to get to know in the next 10 days, I would say. Um, this person also has been through like a breakup or a personal relationship that they can discontinue, and now they want to like get themselves into another relationship. This person is of like a has like a Caucasian complex or olive skin complexion. I mean, um, you might meet them in the next couple of days, or you might meet them before the end of the month, which is like nine, 8, 9 days, 8 days, or whatever. But in the next 10 days going into April, I feel like you'll meet this person. And the person is not happy. Obviously, you're not, obviously you're not happy with the way things go in your relationships too. So maybe you guys have something to talk about, something to get more knowledge and get more information about each other, especially you finding out. It could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be what it could be. It'll be unexpected. It'll be like somebody like interrupting you and say, "Hey, do you know where this place is?" Or "Hey, do you know where that is?" And then you might meet like that or meet this person. I feel like they're new. I don't feel like they're somebody you know. I feel like it's a new person. The person in spirit, right, is telling me that you're smart enough to make the right decisions. You just got to make them. Yeah, he's still here. Yeah, if you never met your grandfather, but you have pictures of him or something, then it's probably him. Um, I would say, I don't know what he look. I'm just describing what he looks like to me right now. But like everybody changes their, um, the way they look over a period of time. So this is how he looks now. Um, he's saying something about trying to find approval. If you want, like, if you're not getting the approval that you want from people, don't worry about that. He says you're smart enough to make the right decisions. If you're looking for approval, you won't get it. And he's putting up his hands like this, like you're not going to get any approval from anybody. Just like make the smart decision and make sure, like, you do the right things. He says you're smart enough to make those decisions and don't look for approval from anybody. And I think like he used to drink because I got like a rock glass and he's going like that and he's taking like a shot, like a sip of his whiskey. It's brown. Could be Jack Daniels, could be whatever. I used to drink back in the day, but not no more. But he seems like, a clean cut type of guy. He could have had like he just could like he might have worked hard but went out like looking good or whatever, like feeling like, he's feeling like $1,000,000. But I feel like he was like a person who liked to wear good clothes and to do those type of things. I get good energy from the guy. He could have owned like a restaurant, or where he could have like going to a specific place, a restaurant that had a bar at it. I don't know. I don't know if you know your grandfather. Everybody has two grandfathers, so could be either or. And if you don't know them, then it doesn't matter. At least they come through to say something. He says that you might be going through. Yeah, it could be someone. Yeah, it's someone who passed. Yeah, 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 yep. It's someone who's passed away. So if both of your grandfathers are alive, it's probably not them. It's obviously could be the great grandfather. But the person I'm describing, if you don't see that person, if you see that person in real life, and I'm describing that, okay. Only your mother's side has passed. He liked to drink. Only met him a couple times. Or does he look like the person I described? Like I can see the person. Okay. Well, they like to drink, so that's what I got. Yeah, so it could, like I said, it could be him. That's what I'm getting. I've got a guy here in spirit, and he's sitting like at this place, and he's got like a drink, and he looks very presentable. Um, and he just says that he doesn't want you to worry about what people say about you. If you're worried about that, then stop worrying about it. He says, don't worry about what people say. It doesn't matter. And whatever you're going through, he says, like you can face the adversity. You're smart enough to know what you have to do. And he's putting up his drink, and he's like, cheers. I got good energy off of him. He likes you. Obviously, he feels like he feels like everything's fine. But hey, Virgo, what's up, sweetie? He's not telling me anything bad. He just thinks that you personally might be going through points in your life where you might feel like you need approval when you don't. That's what I got. Not much, just lay down, cool. I was thinking about laying down and chilling out and watching TV, but it's all good. Yeah, no problem, Nick. I just if I see spirit, I'll tell you. If not, then I don't see it. I don't see it. But Um, it's good to know there's somebody there, obviously that cares about you, and he just doesn't want you to care what anybody thinks. He says you're a smart guy, so I'll take his word for it. I'm sure he wouldn't diss his grandson, but some of them do, though. But he seems cool. Seems like he could have been like an entrepreneur or something like that. Like he looks like a big shot, or maybe he just looked like that when he went out for a drink. I don't want to stereotype him or judge him or whatever or guess, but from what I see, he seems like one of those guys that unbuttoned the two buttons of his top of his shirt, let his chest hair out, and was like, "Yeah, I'm a G. I'm at the bar having a drink, or I'm here somewhere having a drink, and I don't see nobody around him. I just see like how he's dressed and what he's looking like and stuff like that." I feel like spirit do that on a regular basis. They go to where they like to be, and they show you of an image of what they want to do there, or what they did at this place, or how they perceive their life and what they feel like doing. I tell everybody all the time, and I die in good spirit. I'm going to every sports event I can possibly think of, and I can do it all for free. I ain't gotta pay nobody. I'm just gonna go in spirit and just go on every plane, and or I can teleport there. I'll ask Jesus if he can hook me up. I'll ask God if he can say, "Hey, look, man." He'll be like, "Okay, Mark, what do you want to do?" Well, I want to be a spirit and go back to the earth, and I want to watch all the games that I missed, and obviously not go back in time, but I want to see all the I want to see all my games for free. I'm gonna go in and chill and watch all the games and have fun and visit my family. That'd be cool. Never know. Either that or I'll be at a strip club or something. One of the two. Something's got to give. I don't know if God wants me to do that type of thing, but I'm sure there's some spirits there somewhere. Man. All right. Just gotta check something real quick. I can't see your picture, Nick, but it looks like a dog. What type of dog is that? If it is, I can't see too well, but it looks like a dog. You'll hear my dog in the background snoring probably. She's literally right behind me again. Yeah, you can like barely see her face right here. Virgo, you have any pets? We just had a really bad car crash in my town. Oh shit. What, somebody, is it somebody you know, or it's just like people in your town? Do you know them? Okay. Shit. That's insane. And you know, here in Bermuda, every day or every other day, there's a wall down on the side of the road. A car hit it, or a car this, a car. You know, it's like every freaking weekend. Like on Monday when I drive my car and I go somewhere, like there's a new wall smashed up. Like there's even I think it was 2 days. Yeah, no, what's today? Thursday, right? Yeah, it was Tuesday. I took my mom to the dentist, and on my way there, it's a very busy intersection, and I've never seen a car or anybody hit that corner. There's a corner on the opposite side of where I come out of, and the car parts were all over the ground and was smashed the wall. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like people just have to speed everywhere and don't pay attention. I don't know. It's like people just they don't care. I don't get it. Like where are you going so fast that you have to like almost kill yourself? Like people need to chill, man. People need to chill. They also haven't released the names yet. Oh, hopefully they'll be okay. Hopefully they are okay. Then again, yeah, actually, I do. That's right. Mhm. Easter, I will be with my family. I'll be with my nephews, my mom, my dad. Um, yeah, fatalities mean death. Yes. Yeah, fatality is death. Yeah, unfortunately. Hey, Destiny, how are you, sweetheart? Love and life. Would you like a message? But that's what I'll be doing for Easter. I'll be hanging out with my family, eating good food, hanging out. We're probably gonna hang out at my sister's house, my older sister's house, and we're probably gonna go there and probably have an Easter egg hunt and eat good food. It'd be nice. With money, yeah. But I used to get like a nice chocolate egg and like maybe $20 in an envelope from my granny or something like that. But I'm the one giving the gifts now. So I gotta give something this Easter again. I like Good Friday. I like flying because here we fly kites on Good Friday and we eat like fish cakes and shit like that. So like I look forward to like flying kites, and we guys make our own kites here out of sticks and tissue paper. And then we fly the kites, and some of them make a whole pile of noise and aggravate the shit out of you. But it's fun. It is definitely fun. All right, love and life. I'm gonna give you a angel message. This is the deck here. It's called Angel Guide. I really like this deck. Yeah, it's that's what we do here in Bermuda. We all get together and we fly kites. If it's windy, it's nice. If it's not windy, then the kites aren't going up. And usually, what people do is they play games and board games and have fun and go to the beach if the weather's good. Bermuda is where? Bermuda is a little small island off the coast of New York. So if you look at the map, New York is here, and then the water, and then there's a little dot. The closest place to Bermuda is New York by plane, hour and a half. Boston, New York, same, same distance, hour and a half. Yeah, we're a little island with 65,000 people. You could put us all inside one stadium. Yeah, Bermuda Triangle, Now, Bermuda is a beautiful place. A lot of tourists come here. But the only problem is it's very expensive. But I've been here my whole life. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Today I got my Portugal stuff on because my Portugal won today. That's like my heritage is Portuguese. So yeah, you're probably like, yeah, this guy's from Bermuda, but he's got Portugal stuff on. That's because I'm Portuguese and Portugal won today. So I got to represent my people, I've been to Portugal like a few times. Okay, love and life, you got earth and ground. Pretty card. And your message is this. You may be feeling discombobulated or all over the place at this time. Most likely you are spreading yourself too thin and taking on too many projects at once. So your angel guides are encouraging you to get grounded. When you come back to earth, you may be clear insight. You might have a clear insight into who you are and what you need to do to feel safe and more ease in your life. You may be guided to take some time to breathe, connect to fresh air, or even go somewhere in nature where you can relax, release, and let go. You may be uncertain about what you're supposed to be focusing on at this time, and that's because your energy is a little depressed right now. But the angels of the earth are with you to help you ground yourself and feel connected again as you have important work to do and exciting experiences can unfold with your energy intact and contained. So take time to breathe, call on Mother Earth to hold you, and invite the angels of the earth to draw deep roots from your being down to earth on the earth side. Being down to the heart of the earth. When this card shows up for you, the angels are guiding you to remember that you are of great value. The earth is blessed to have you. Thanks. So there you go, love and life. They want you to breathe, take your time, One day at a time. Do what you have to do to make yourself grounded and happy, and you're good to go. But I like Easter and Good Friday. I like Good Friday and Easter. I look forward to that weekend. You're welcome. Love and life, no problem. But I really do like Good Friday and Easter. It's a nice time to reflect and eat some good food, hang out with my family. Time's ticking. Everybody's getting older. My nephews are getting bigger and bigger. Um, it's crazy. Time flies. And yesterday I went to my friend's funeral. It was an eye opener for me. I sat there for an hour and a bit in that church and listened to the deacon and the bishop talk and say certain things about life and death, and some of it I already know, and some of it it's reminded. So I always remind everybody, like, life's too short, man. Just do what you got to do. Live your life, because you never know. You're here today, gone tomorrow. And people die at all ages. So I'm going to make sure I continue to have fun as much as I can. Like you said, we're all going to go to that box one day, or in an urn full of ashes. One day it's going to be us that everybody mourns over. So be positive, be nice. We said all these things yesterday. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to be nice, but sometimes you can't. How are you going to be nice to bad people? So I always wonder why, the church always embeds that in your mind. Like they always say that, be nice, be positive. Yeah, I can't be positive and nice to some lazy ass, devilish ass person. Obviously not. I'm not gonna be positive to them. They're not gonna be positive to me. But I know what he means. Be positive to the people that you know and you love and you care about. Encourage them, because you never know what goes through people's minds. Thanks, Destiny. I appreciate it. Hey, Val, how you been? How you doing? Yeah, he was 55. He committed suicide, unfortunately. Very good man, good person. A lot of people were at the funeral yesterday. It was a nice funeral service. I got to see, a good bit of my friends that we all went to school with. So it was nice. Glad you're doing well, Val. I'm doing all right. I'm here. I'm doing good. But yeah. It's hard to see people pass away, and it's hard to see like people you grew up with die like so young. He was only 55. People have this notion where you have to be a certain age to die, but that's not true. People die at all ages. Um, Unfortunately, he took his life and left his family behind. But like the bishop said, he said that he was a man of God and he just felt like he had to give his life to God. Um, but I know a lot of men who commit suicide. I know a few that have. And men are supposed to be the strong ones. And it's hard to see these guys fall to that emotional place where they take their life. I wish I could stop them. I wish I could talk to them. I wish I could change their mind, but they don't come to me, obviously. But I wish they would. I would definitely change their mind, because life's too precious to do that shit, man. I just don't agree with that. There's always a way out. There's always another way. There's always, a way. Taking your life is definitely not the way to do things. There's always you can always get help. You can always, you know, find somebody to help you. You can always get help. You can always get your mind back to where it needs to be. But it's easy for me to talk about it, and say these things, but you never know what goes through people's minds. That's the sad part. You never know what goes through these people's minds. So I don't judge him. He did what he did. The bishop put it in a nice way. He gave his life to God. So that's how I got to look at it. That's a nice way to put it. So I'll take that. Virgo, you want a card? Destiny, you want a card? Val, would you like a card? Anybody like a message? I'll give you one. I got love messages, angel messages, oracle messages, or anything, whatever you want. But yeah, it was nice I'm glad I went, because when I got there, I was kind of changing my mind. I got into the church and I started feeling the pressure from spirit and from being there. I can't handle funerals. I don't really take those things well. But I stayed. I stayed the whole time. I was happy and proud of myself that I actually stayed. Because at one point in time, I went up like this and I was about to go, and I was like, "Nah, don't go, Mark. Just stay. Like, just stay, bro. It's all right. Just get over it. Be a man. Don't run from it. Just take it." All right, I'll give you a lover's oracle message. Virgo always wants love. That's why her name is Virgo Love. All right, Virgo, this is your message. I know you like cuddling and hugs. This card says trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. I know you like your cuddles. Absolutely, trust is the key. If I can't trust you, I can't love you. Trust, transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So that's telling you once you trust, then you can love and you can get to where you need to go. I agree. Destiny, would you like a message? You're welcome, Virgo. No problem, sweetie. Yeah, exactly, Destiny. I agree. I remember when I first started doing mediumship, and everybody took to me and was like, "Yeah, this guy's real. Let's talk to him." I would say the first 10 to 15 readings that I did live on here 3 years ago, when I was doing mediumship a lot, I don't know what video it was, but I have to go back and look at it. There was a time where I was on here too, and I was like one Sunday. I would say both, Destiny. I had to learn it, and I also had to find a way how to control it, how to deal with it. I had a very good teacher. I wish she was still around. I don't know where she is. She disappeared. I haven't seen her, or her contact information is all done. But she kind of showed me how to deal with it. My good friend Joanna. I haven't seen her in about 2 years, maybe longer. I think 2 years, maybe. The last time I spoke to her, Um, but yeah, about I would say 10 years ago when I first met her, she taught me how to deal with it. She's way better than I am, but she was like my mentor, my teacher. I would just sit in her room and watch her do shit, and she'd be like, I'll be like, this is fucking cool. And she always told me that I had the gift to do it. Now one day I read for her, and she was like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Okay, good, you got it, Marky." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So then I started doing it on people, and then next thing you know, it happened. That's my dog in the background making noise. Yeah, love and life. I remember that. But what I was gonna say is this: like I remember the first 15 readings I did. At least 10 of those 15 readings were someone who committed suicide, or someone who got murdered. Someone who got killed. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why am I getting this? This doesn't. And I started to get worried because I was like, I hope I don't have to deal with this all the time. Because I was scared to see, people showing me that they hung themselves or they killed themselves or they murdered, they, shot themselves or they got shot or they got killed or, it was kind of like annoying at first. But then I was like, you know what? This is the challenge of doing mediumship. And you know what? A disease is just as bad. Dying from a disease, at least when I mean, it's not better, obviously, but I'm going to outright say it. When you kill yourself, it's quick and easy. That's it. But like going through a disease, that's a whole nother ball game. So, doing mediumship can be very strenuous and very like sad. And I didn't want to deal with it. That's why I stopped doing it for a little while. But now I can control it. But back then, I'd say about 3 years ago, it was pretty intense in here sometimes where I'd be like, yeah, I gotta stop doing this for a bit. Like I don't like seeing all that stuff. Like, all right, Virgo, yeah, I might be back. I might be still on. I just looked at the time and guess what it says? 11:11. I was like, where's the time again? I was like, oh yeah. And I looked up and it says 11:11. I'm like, wow. See? Always around. Destiny, do you want a card, sweetie? What would you like if you want one? Yeah, mediumship is cool. I love mediumship. It's nice. I've dealt with it a lot lately. Um, it all depends. Sometimes I don't do any mediumship, and sometimes it's a lot. The thing is I have to be careful when I do it. I have to be careful. I have to make sure, that I'm getting the right answers, the right message, of the right person. Or like sometimes if it's a random person, I like to just say something. But I've pretty much done mediumship for everybody who comes in here at one point. It's something that I love to do. It's something that, it's a gift that I have. I use it accordingly. I don't abuse it, obviously. And I don't I don't take it for granted. It's something that I know that it's serious. It's a very serious thing. Yeah, exactly. But I would rather do a mediumship reading for somebody who died from a disease than someone who took their life because it's a different reading. It's sad. It's sadder to me, if that's even a word. It's sad. It's really really sad to like go through. Some of those readings have stuck to me forever because I'll remember seeing it and I'll be like, huh. But I'm waiting to talk to my friend that just passed away. I went to his funeral yesterday. I can't wait to talk to him in spirit one day when he's ready and find out what happened and all that type of stuff. But I'm not gonna ask him anything. I'll just wait till he's ready. He'll come to me. So it's all good. How's your mom, Destiny? I haven't seen her for a while. Tell her I said hello. Tell her Marky says hi. All right, this is your card, Destiny. And this card says emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they also can distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. I'll cover up her nipple there so I don't see these perps don't see your nipple. I'll be showing everybody a nipple, Destiny. Oh. I'll read it again. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Hello, Heather. How are you? So there you go. That is your love message, Destiny. You're okay. That's good. Yeah, I'm doing well. All's good. If you would like a message, I have angel messages, oracle messages, love messages. Yeah, I remember. Last time I spoke to her, she said that she was going to get an operation, or she was getting something. She was going to get treated or whatever. So I'm glad she's doing good. Glad she's better. Yeah, it's hard to let go of certain things, but you have to remember that life is too short to be worried about things that we can't control or can't get back, or or just feeling like we have to be mad at that person all the time. The main thing is forgiving yourself for dealing with somebody or dealing with the situation. It's nothing wrong with that. Everybody goes through it, but we're always gonna have resentment, and we're always gonna feel a certain way about somebody. But we can always better ourselves, or like put our minds in a place where hey, we don't have to worry about this anymore. Let's move on from it and just get over it. Yeah, exactly. Just be focused on yourself and just understand that what happened happened. It was a lesson learned, or it was it was a phase in your life, and that's it. We have to learn from our lessons. That's the main thing. Don't go back and make the same mistakes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure she probably wants to go to work because she's probably bored out of her brain out at home. But yeah, we all have to learn from our life lessons. Once we learn from that, then we'll be okay. Life is one big road with a lot of signs, signs and more signs. You just got to take the right turn. Sometimes you got to park, you got to stay put, and sometimes you got to go fast, sometimes you got to go slow, sometimes you got to go up, down, around. It wouldn't be life if it wasn't that. There's always something to do. There's always a place to get better. There's always a way to get better. There's always, another day. There's always life. Every day we can do something, but you have to put your mind to it and say, you know what? I'm gonna stop moping, bitching, and complaining. I'm gonna get off my ass today, and I'm gonna make things happen. And then as soon as you start seeing yourself progress and you start feeling better, and that's how it'll keep you. If you stick to it and keep going, you're gonna feel better emotionally, physically, mentally, and then you're gonna be like, okay, I'm at the stage now. I can't turn back now. I got to keep on going. Exactly. Learn the lesson or receive the blessing. Or like I say, don't blame life, blame the way you live it. So if you're complaining about how you live your life or what's going on in your life, stop doing that and just, make life better for yourself. You don't have to make life better for somebody else. You just got to do what's best for you first. Once you do what's best for you and you wake up and you see yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, we're doing this, we're really doing this. We're going to make this happen. We're going to do this. And once you start seeing that progression, you're going to be happy. Then you just go from there. You just maintain your happiness. Don't go fall back in that trap again. Yeah, be accountable. Absolutely, I agree. I'm always accountable for my actions. I always forgive myself if I've dealt with some situation in the past. I try not to dwell on the past anymore because I've learned from it and I don't want to deal with it anymore. And for the past few years, I know that I can't go back to that place. Heather, I see you donated. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you said, is there change for you soon? All right, let's check. Yeah, exactly. I always try to live the way I should be living. And that's for me. Treat myself, love myself, self-confidence, self-love. Don't live in self-denial. All right, Heather, you said, is there change coming for you soon? All right. All right, what I got here for you, Heather, is you might feel stuck at the moment because you're not getting what you want or you're not getting what you need. You have no solutions to your present difficulties. But what I got here is you got to make that confession to yourself and say, hey, look, I'm not going to be weak and petty. I'm not going to feel this way anymore. If you are feeling sick, then have the faith that, you can overcome this indifference or you can overcome it. If you're not sick, then this is something about lack of faith and being tempted to do the right thing but not doing it, or being tempted to go back to a place where you were, or just not doing what you need to do. Now, what I'm getting here is you can handle these matters literally if you put more enjoyment into making things happen. You can get a message. If you're waiting for a letter or a message or a call or email or some form of communication, I think that's coming. But it's still going to be totally up to you if you make this happen. You got to face the facts, face reality. Try not to be so frustrated and don't procrastinate in any way. Your worry is in the way. You might be worried too much about when, how, where, and when. But that's totally up to you, Heather. It's totally up to you to make the difference or to make the change. And I think that this has to happen with you first. And I feel like there's a feeling that you have that you can't do it. And if you change that feeling of I can't to I can, then things can get better for you. Now, next month is April. And in April, I feel like you are going to measure how you feel with the way if you're feeling generous or you're feeling good. I feel like if you're waiting for money or you need money, you'll get some type of monetary gift or favor. Um, a man could be giving you this, or if you're wanting a raise or something like that at work, any type of like gratification will be shown to you next month. Um, you have to concentrate, get rid of that anxiety. If you've lost some material things in the past or recently, don't worry about those things. You can't take it to your grave when you die anyway. But what Spirit's telling me is you need to make the sacrifice and you need to make the adjustments for this change to happen. And in the month of April, you've got to reverse the way you live your life. And once you do that, you'll go through the transition that you need to go through. But it has to be with you first. You've got to make this happen. You can no longer think that you're going to have delays. You can no longer have lack of concentration. You have to make things happen for yourself. No one's going to say, here you go, Heather. Here's this, here's that. The only hand you're going to have is the hand of God saying, look, this is what we got for you. Are you going to take it? So Spirit's going to give you a chance to change, but it's up to you to do. All right. I see good things happening next month, but they're still telling me this is totally up to you. Because if you show any type of lack of concentration or any type of anxiety or feeling like you're not going to make it, or if you don't want to put in the action, then it's not going to happen. It comes with you first. All right, Heather? But next month looks good for you if you put in the effort. There's also like a woman around you, and she has like brownish reddish hair, and it's like thick, and she could be somebody that you know, some lady, and she's in spirit here, and she's telling me in the background that she knows you, and she has her fingers crossed to try and help you, but she says you still, like I said, you have to help yourself. I see like her hair is like really deep reddish brown, like I don't know, maybe she like dyed her hair or she had like hair. She was naturally brunette, but she like put highlights in her hair or had reddish type of auburn. Like, I don't know, I can't remember what that color's called, but yeah. But the thing is, I understand the lack of confidence, because when you don't believe in yourself, then who is going to believe in you, right? But some people need people to believe in them in order to have confidence. But you have to start believing in yourself. And in order I'll give you advice on that. You have to motivate yourself. You have to tell yourself, hey, look, you got to look in that mirror and look at yourself straight in the eyes and say, hey, Heather, look, sweetheart, we're going to do this. Self-motivation is the best. Because ain't nobody else going to sit there and be like, go, Heather, go. Nobody's going to come to outside your door with pom-poms and cheering for you. That shit ain't going to happen. But what can happen is you cheering on yourself, you telling yourself every day when you wake up and you look in that mirror, wash your face, you say, Heather, today we're going to make things happen. We're not going to fall back into that mentality that, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. Confidence is something that everybody can get by just motivating themselves. You can be your best motivation. You can be your best cheerleader. You don't need anybody else. Don't ever think that. You have spirit. You have God. I don't know if you believe in spirit or believe in God has your back and all those type of things. But I do see a woman in spirit here, and she's like, um, she's telling me that it's very possible for you to make things happen because you're smart. You're not no dummy. You're smart, and you need to reflect on the things that no longer serve you, and whatever new ideas you have, you need to study all these ideas in your head and say, look, I need to do this, I need to do that. Start writing things down, and you can make all of those things happen and start crossing them off on the list. It's that simple, you know? Yeah, I'm a prime example of that because years ago, when I first started my my electrical maintenance business that I have now and still have 16 years later. When I was 29 going 30, nobody encouraged me to do what I'm doing. They were like, "Oh, well, it's a recession and you'll be crazy to go on your own now. You're not going to get work. No one's going to pay you. And, you have to start all over and you have to do this and you have to buy tools and you have to buy a van. You have to do this. You have to make business cards. And it's all a label they put on me." And I'm like, "Oh, really? So you think I'm not going to make it? All right. Thanks for the motivation." So one day I woke up, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, fuck everybody. I'm going to make sure I make myself happy. I'm going to make my business succeed. Whoever is with me is with me. Whoever isn't, I don't care. My sister, my youngest sister, had a lot of faith in me. She got me work. And then that was it. See, now you're talking sense. See, that's what you have to do. You said, I do believe in God and that with Him, I can accomplish what I need to. And that's exactly how you should be thinking every day. And once you start saying those words every day, Heather, it'll all come to fruition. It's that simple. And when I went on my own, I couldn't afford insurance. I couldn't afford certain things. So I said, God, I need you to be my insurance. God, I need you to be my security. God, I need you to give me work. I need you to help me find work, help my business succeed. That's it. If you believe that, you'll get it. You're not sure who the woman is? Well, she's here in the background, and like I said, women change their hair color, so it's very hard to determine who it is. But the lady is short. She's thick. She's got like a round face, and she's got long, like I would say, like long, semi wavy, brownish, reddish hair. And she's giving me a smirk, and she says she knows you. She said she knows you, and she's helping you. She wants to help you in spirit. Even if you don't know who it is, it could be like, um, it could be a person that knows of you that passed away when you were born, or when you never met them. Could be like a grandma, could be an aunt, could be somebody that knows of you and trying to help you in spirit. Could be your mom's mom if she's still alive. It's not her, but if it could be your mom's mom. But this woman might have passed away like in maybe before 60, because she doesn't look very old, but she's around 50, 60, between 50 and 60ish. Well, if it is you, then spirit's probably showing me you because me you're the one who needs the help. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I can get people who actually are living, but the spirit will show me who I'm dealing with. So if you look like that, then they're probably telling me, hey, look, this is the woman you're talking to right now. She needs help and we're going to help her. So it's either that or it could be, your mom's mom if she looked like you. So it's one or the other. And I can see living people as well. So sometimes that happens from time to time. They could be saying, hey, this is what she looks like, but usually it's not. I usually see spirit, not living people, but they can show me a living person for sure. It's happened. Nothing surprises me when it comes to what spirit shows me. So, but it could be if you're one of your grandmas, um, looked like you or passed away around that time. So yeah, it could be either or. But I'm kind of getting at your mom's mom. So could be. But regardless, the person is there helping you in the background. Oh, okay. Yeah, the thing is, women. That's why when I see spirit, sometimes I see different hair colors, and sometimes they look different. They want to show me when they were younger. They want to show me when they were older. Things like that. Like I can see this person, and they're in some type of yellow, uh, like a yellowish house or a yellowish room, a room where the walls are yellowish. It's not like a bright yellow, but it's like a how do you call that? A pastel like type of yellow. Yeah. When I see this woman, she's at a place where the walls are like a pastel yellow. So that's what I see where she is. Yeah, if you didn't really know her, then it doesn't matter really. They just want to help you because they know you. You're the granddaughter, so they're gonna be like, okay, let's help her. I didn't see none of my grandfathers either, but I know they helped me because I know what they look like from pictures. So I did see one of my grandfathers when I was 9 months old, but I wouldn't remember that. But I did get visions of that day or whatever. He showed me. But we have so many spirits, that have passed away that know us, but we don't know them, and they help. They try to help, and they do help. If though it depends if what they want to do or how they want to help. But it looks good, Heather. You'll be fine. Just keep working on yourself, and next month looks like it'll be less stressful and more progressive. And like I said, just keep working on yourself and motivating yourself. and just know that everybody, spirit will be helping you, and their life isn't that bad. If you're breathing, you have, a job, you have money, you have a place to stay. You got internet right now and can surf the web, and you have a phone, maybe a TV, and whatever else. We have a lot more. We have things to be grateful for. Every time something doesn't go my way or something bad happens, I always think about something good right away. I'll be like, it's not the end of the world, Mark. This happened, but hey, oh well. At least I have this, and this, or at least I have that, and that, or at least I have, a business. At least I have money to go buy something, eat, drink. At least I have a roof over my head. I'm not on the streets. I'm okay. I'm healthy. I'm not in the hospital. So there's hope for me. So I keep telling myself that when something bad happens. So it eases my mind and makes me feel like, I'm going to be all right. It's okay. You can watch the news and then say, you know what, at least I'm not there where that place is all destroyed. So, I try to keep it like that. I mean, some people are like, okay, I understand. I always tell everybody, my sisters like that, and my parents, they're always complaining about them not having luck. And I'm like, you guys got all the luck in the world. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? We don't have luck. This happened, that happened. Nah, 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 nah. I was like, yeah, but you got a bed to sleep in. You got a house over your head. You know how many people don't have what you have? And they're like, yes, Mark, okay, whatever. Oh my God. But we want more. I'm like, yeah, well, it doesn't work that way sometimes. That's why it's easier for me to live in this modern day world, in this crazy world, because I don't expect anything, you know. And when I went to my friend's funeral yesterday, it opens my eyes up even more, because he's only 9 years older than me, and he's passed away, and he left behind his two daughters, his grandson, his wife, his business, his life. He couldn't take the pressure, so he took his own life. And I don't want to ever do that or ever feel like that. So, we can have everything in the world, but it's still not good enough. This guy had everything a man would always want, but it wasn't good, and it just it's just too much. Obviously, he knows something we don't. Exactly, Heather. Yeah, exactly. See, but with that mentality, you can do anything you want, because if we don't expect something to happen, and we have confident expectations instead of demanding expectations, then it's a different mentality that we have. And then when you wake up, you just say, I'm going to do me. I'm going to make sure I'm happy, make sure I have money, make sure I pay my bills, make sure I'm here, and I do everything I have to do. um, I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm not going to be evil. I'm not going to do this. I'm not, you know, and just stay to yourself, true to yourself. And then every day you wake up, you'll feel like you don't have to expect the unexpected, you know. And just like when I was at the funeral, then I'll say it again. The bishop said, one day we're going to be in that box, and our families are going to be grieving. He says, one day I'm going to be in that box, and a deacon and a priest has to deal with me. So let's all be positive. Let's all, what he said is true. And I've already said that a million times to myself. Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah, it's but that's the thing, Destiny. That's why they're called our ancestors. You don't have to know somebody for them to protect you. We don't know God, right? We don't know Jesus. We don't know Mary. We don't know Joseph. We don't know the people who wrote the Bible. Hell, we don't know our grandparents' parents. I don't even know my grandfathers. I don't know. When I was 5 months old, my dad's dad died. When I was 9 months old, my mom's grandfather died. I mean, my mom's dad died. So I never got to spend time with them, but I know that they're there in spirit for me for sure. But when you know somebody that did pass away, it's even a closer spirit bond because you actually know the person. And if you had love for that person and respect for that person, then that's even more of a spiritual bond of help. But some people feel like it's bullshit or it's it's not true. But the more you acknowledge that person in spirit, the more help you're going to get. It's like acknowledging God. It's like acknowledging Jesus. It's like acknowledging a higher power. Because now that that person that you know or don't know, they're in a spirit form. So they can do a lot of things for you because they're giving themselves to God and they also are a spirit. So they can create things for you. They can make things happen. But if you don't believe that, then you're never going to receive that. See, that's the key is to belief. So just imagine if you die tomorrow and you become a spirit, what do you want to do? Do you want to come back and help your family? Make sure they're protected, make sure no other spirit or no other person gets them. You're going to nudge them in the right way. You're going to make sure they don't make the mistake. You're going to swoosh around and help people, right? And I believe that's how it works. That's my belief because, I see it. And it's a beautiful thing because we all have a spirit army because there's more dead people than there is living people. So the dead runs the world, whether you believe that or not. Why do you think all these people in Hollywood say I sold my soul to the devil? Or they say, I'm a man of God. I gave my life to God because they choose what they want. See, there's a you can worship whoever you want. So if you believe in whatever you want, you're going to become that belief. You're going to become whatever you want. Waking up every day is a blessing, but loving yourself and putting yourself in the right predicaments is even more of a blessing because you get to enjoy your life. You can wake up but still be sick. You can wake up and not know what the fuck you're doing or where you're going. But when you wake up and enjoy life and make life worthwhile and make yourself feel like you're worth living for and want to wake up the next day, then that's the next step. That's what you really want to do. And that's how I live my life. I wake up, I say, okay, Mark, what are we gonna do today? Okay, we're gonna do this, this, and this. Sometimes it goes according to plan, sometimes it don't. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some people will look in the background here and say, oh, he's got a lot of hats. He's got a lot of clothes, he's got this. But I never had that. Never had that growing up. I have it now because I can afford it. I have it now because I want to treat myself. I have it now because I want it. I don't need it, but I want it because it makes me happy. Some people collect hats, some people collect cards, some people collect this, some people collect that. Everybody has their own life and their way of living. I'm the type of person, as long as my bills are paid and I have money in the bank for a rainy day and I'm happy and I have a job, my business is good, and I can, talk and laugh and have fun with my family and friends, and I'm good. I don't need much more than that. I've had a good life so far. And if I die tomorrow, I have no regrets. I'll be happy to give my life to God if that's what He wanted. But I beg God every day for me to live so I can help, be His servant on earth. That's what I want. I don't want Him to take my life no time soon. I want to live. I want to live to see tomorrow. I want to live to see another 40 years because I feel like I can do a lot more here than I can in spirit. Because there's so many people in spirit. Why do I want to go there for? I want to stay here and help make this world, a little better. Just with my knowledge and my help, I can help people every day like I do on here. Whether it's 1, 2, 3 people, doesn't matter. And I'm also helping myself realize that life isn't all that bad compared to some people that come in here and say what's going on with them. So I ask God to spare my life every day so I can, I want to be, when I'm ready to give Him my life, then I would. But I tell Him, look, just let me stay here in the meantime. I need to fix some crazy fucking people in this earth. And I need to help the nice people, the good people that want to be helped. And if I can do that, then I'm happy. That's it. And I want to be here for my family. I want to make sure my mom and dad are okay. If I'm not here on earth, then I can't do that. And life will go on without me, without you, and without everybody. But, I know what's going on. I just have to make it worthwhile living. That's the difference. We have to make life worthwhile to live. If we don't, then we're going to mope, complain, feel weak, feel sick. That's how it is. So live life every day to the fullest. That doesn't mean go to Walmart and spend $2,000. That means do what's best for you in whatever category or subject it is. That's my suggestion. It's always to focus on yourself, work on yourself. If you have a goal, meet that goal, put in the effort for that goal, do what you have to do, make yourself better. There's always room for improvement. If I can do it, you can do it. Hey Erica, how are you, sweetheart? How you been? Yep. Absolutely. That's why those are things that you don't fuck with is the dead, the spirit. Because, and that's why, like, I finally realize more and more every day. I realize more and more every day that everybody, hurts over somebody who has passed away in their life, right? Some people haven't experienced a death situation, like because they have their family and they're young. They have their mom, they have their dad, they have their aunties, their uncles, their grandparents, things like that. But even a pet that passes away, or someone dear to you, or some pet, or some, person, some of us never seen our families in our life. I've had people come in here that are adopted orphans, never seen their parents a day in their life. Some have seen one, some have seen none, some have seen two, some have still have their parents. And some lose a brother, a sister, a child even. So you have my opinion is this, and my way of life to you, for anybody who loses someone very dear to them, there is no loss. There's a physical loss, a physical presence loss. But the spiritual part is never lost. Your soul is forever. So you can sit there and look at a picture of a person that's passed and say, hey, look, hey, mom, I know you're past. I love you. I want you to help me. I want you to make sure that I make the right decision. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Like, you need help. And you're not crazy by doing that. Don't think you're ever crazy because you're talking to somebody that passed away. That don't work like that. And don't ever let nobody think you are either. You can talk to the dead every day just like me. It don't make it's no difference. I'm no different from you. Yes, I have the gift to do mediumship, yes. But we can all do our own little mediumship by talking to the people that have passed away that we love and care about. We can do it. It's simple. Okay, Destiny, no problem. Get me a snack too. Thanks. Love and life, he said, I'm grateful. Absolutely love and life. And it's people like us that realize the truth. And God is good. You just have to understand that. Because people don't really give a shit about God no more. People think that, oh yeah, I have bad luck, so why am I gonna praise God? He don't do nothing for me. Like, when people start talking like that, that pisses me off because they don't really know themselves. You got to know yourself before you know God. And then when you know God, then you'll realize who you are. People are clueless in this world. They really are. But I tell people all the time, every single day I pray, every single day I catch myself and say, you know what? Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. I've stopped. I always say, God, forgive me. I didn't mean to think like that. But, God, please help this person. Please help that person. I'm asking you for your help to help them. But God can't do it all. I believe God puts spirit in our path. I believe God says, hey, look, your Mark's grandfather, your Mark's grandfather, your Mark's grandmother, your Mark's grandmother, you're all in spirit. You need to help him. When he asks God, me, for something, I'm going to relate the message to you. You are going to help him. Okay? You got me? Capiche? All right, cool. You go help him. Let's go. That's what God does, in my opinion. Just like he sent Jesus here to show us the way. That's it. That's my belief. And I'm going to continue to believe that because that's what makes me realize that what I'm doing is right. He put me here. He made sure that I'm going to do the right thing, and that's why people come here. Yeah, that's it. Hey Mario, how you doing, bro? So the more we believe, the more we're going to receive. It's that simple. And believing is receiving. And once you receive it, keep it close to you and understand that that's how it works. And everybody has their own perception of what they want, what they believe in, how they believe in it, when they're going to believe in it. But my advice is to do it every day. Make it a part of your life. You have 24 hours in a day. You can take a few minutes of your time to acknowledge God, Jesus, Spirit, whatever you want to do. Whoever you believe in, it doesn't matter. Even if you don't believe God or Jesus and all of that stuff, religious stuff, you can believe in the person that you once knew in life that passed away. Your mom, your brother, your sister, your dad, your uncles, your aunts, whoever you were close to. You can say, hey, mom, I know you're here in spirit. I know you're watching me. Please help me, Mom. I need your help. That's it. You don't need to believe in God. You need to, well, I mean, you do, yes, in my opinion, but if you don't believe in that, and you're not a religious person, you're not a believer in God, just believe in spirit because you once knew that that person was real, right? So now you have them in spirit, so you deal with them in spirit, and God will spare you for that. That's what I believe. I 100% believe that. Yeah, absolutely. They would. Yeah, you have to. But manifesting is also something that people should be doing every single day. There shouldn't be a specific time. Manifestation should be every day. Every day you should be, you know, singing and saying the words of encouragement, the words of faith to yourself. You can say, hey, every day I'll tell you what I do. Like I wake up and I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I'm like, hey Marky. I talk to myself all day. I say, hey Marky, we're gonna do this today, bro. Hey Mark, look at that. Look at that, person. Or look at this, or look at that. We're gonna go get this. We're gonna go get that. All right, let's go for a drive now. We're gonna do this. I'm constantly saying, you know what? Once I get a chance, I'm gonna go fix that. Or once I get a chance, I'm gonna go see how much that costs. I want to do that for this person. I want to do that for that person. Or you know what? The next time I see this, I'm gonna do that. I'm constantly manifesting my life, constantly figuring out a way to stay busy, figuring out a way to stay positive, figuring out a way how to delete negative thoughts out of my mind every day, and try not to even entertain another person's life or a way of their living. That's the biggest challenge for me. Is every day trying not to judge somebody, trying not to talk about somebody, trying not to think about somebody, and constantly focus on me. It's a challenge to if you can constantly work on yourself in a non-selfish way. That's the best thing you can do. And what I mean by that is, don't think that you're the only person in this world. You're not. And don't think that you have to help everybody. You have to be nice all the time. You have to be bad all the time. You just got to keep taking care of yourself, putting yourself in places and put yourself in positions and put yourself around the right people, and just keep going on and on and believing that everything is going to work. As soon as you have that slightest little bit of doubt, that's when you're going to be at a standstill and say, fuck. And then spirits looking in the background, they're on this shoulder and saying, don't think like that. I thought we were manifesting. Don't make this like a once a day thing. Come on, let's go. And they're pushing in the back, saying, you gotta fucking realize, you gotta wake up. This is shit's gotta happen this way. And if you, as soon as you slightly pull back and doubt, spirit's gonna say, fuck, we just had him, now we lost him. So then you might have like some days where you really lost yourself, and then you get back in track again, and you gotta start all over again. And spirit's like, okay, we got him back now. Let's tune him back in. You can't lose your channel. You can't lose your mind thinking about stupid shit that ain't gonna change. You're not supposed to change anyone. You gotta change yourself. Change yourself from trying to change that person. Work on yourself every single day. And as soon as you do that, whoever's gonna ride with you will ride with you. Whoever's not is not meant to be around you. Your energy is supposed to be so high that only the highest people with the same energy can be around you. That's it. Hey Lorraine, how you doing? Yes, I did see it today. It looks like a banana. And it's very low. See, I live in Bermuda, so I saw the moon today. It looks like a banana. And it's like the banana's on the very bottom of the moon. It's not on the side like it usually is, but it's on the it's very low, yeah. Super low. It's like almost on the water. I noticed that. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Oh, nice. Enjoy your water. I'm having decaf coffee on here. Yeah, I noticed that, Mario. I noticed that, bro. I did notice that it was super low today. I don't know if that's because it's on the first quarter or what, but yeah, it's gone. Yeah, uh, Mario. Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me. Absolutely loving life. I try to do that every single day. At my age, I finally realized a couple years ago that I have to keep focusing on myself, and I'm not happy with myself sometimes. I catch myself a lot lately, um, focusing on other things but myself. And nobody's perfect. We can never be perfect. That's not what I'm trying to imply at any means. We're never going to be perfect because our minds are always going to get in the way of our hearts, and our heart is always going to get in the way of our mind. So we have to keep focusing on the better way. You know, I shouldn't be this way. I'm going to be that way. If I do this, I have to make sure I do it right. I keep questioning my mind and my heart and my abilities every day. I always say, I'm procrastinating now. I really should start doing this now. And then some days I just want to relax and be like, you know what? I'll get to it when I get to it, man. I need to take care of my body. I need to take care of myself. And then some days I just sit home and I think and I think and I think and I think about what am I going to do next? Or what can I do to make myself better? Maybe I should focus on, my parents and do this first, do that next. Sometimes I wish I could be at two, three different places at the same time and do everything all at once. But obviously that's not possible. I'm sure it is, Yomi. I'll never know. But we all can make ourselves better. We just have to get off our ass and do it. It's that simple. We all can make it happen. I have faith that everybody can be what they want to be, do what they want to do, say what they want to say, believe what they want to believe, and go from there. When people come in here, or when I see people on the street, or I see people in here say, "Hey, Mark, look, I had a wonderful day. This happened, that happened," or "Hey, I started my business," or "Hey, my business is good. Hey, I'm okay. I'm doing well. I had this happen, that happened." I'm happy for them. And then when somebody comes in here with bad news, the first thing I say to myself is, how am I going to make this bad news into good news? How am I going to talk some sense into this person? How am I going to make them feel like it's not the end of the world? And that's my goal pretty much every time I come on here, is to turn something from their negativity to positivity and make it seem like, it's not negative at all. It's just all in your mind. And if I can accomplish that, then I'm good. I'm happy. But the main thing is getting our minds to where we can always remember that it's not that bad. There's always a way to make things better. You just got to find a way, believe there's a way, and or just actually make it happen. It's that simple. That's the easiest thing. But hey, I can't force you to do anything. I can just tell you my opinion. right? My dog's something else. She makes some crazy noises. Oh, she's here, look, right here. I never seen a dog make so many damn noises in my life. Most people haven't even started exactly. But you know what, Love and Life, when they do start doing those things, they actually realize it and then tell everybody about it. And then whoever they tell, they're going to eventually do it too. I find that that's how it is. I've been trying to talk sense into my younger sister for the past 10 years. And the past 3 years, I've been like working on developing her mindset to a more positive mindset. And it's been a huge challenge. And she's also had like a life coach as well helping her because she says I was too blunt and too, uh, you know, she'd rather hear from a woman than a man. And even though I was her brother, I told her to say fuck it and just move on and just do this and do that. She didn't like my way of my approach. And everything that this life coach told her, I had already told her, but in a more blunt, way. So she would come in and say, yeah, she told me the same thing you did, but in a nicer way. And then eventually, that life coach started telling her in a more aggressive way, like how I do. And she was like, it's starting to sound like my brother. She goes, yeah, because I had to ease you in, but you really have to listen to it. You really have to hear it. And now she thanks me every day because she finally realizes that I was right. Who cares what these fucking people think of you? You've got to do what's best for yourself. And she's happier now than she's ever been because she finally is getting a divorce from a narcissistic, shitty ass man who didn't give a shit. And I told her, this guy's useless. We don't need him. You don't need him. The kids don't need him. We're better off without him. And in the past 3 months, life has been great. I told you. But see, the thing is people are scared to change because they're so caught up in this way of life that works and makes them feel comfortable. And they want to try and fix it, but it never gets fixed. It never changes. The person that they're dealing with never changes. And they don't want to change. But all it takes is one person out of those two people to change, and then the other person loses control and then loses their mind. Then that's it. And that's exactly what happened with her. She gained her mind and her confidence back, and he lost his mind. And he is completely in another world now. He's a different, yeah. But some people just feel so comfortable living in a toxic relationship or in a toxic marriage that they just never understand that if they get out, you don't have to worry about what everybody else thinks. Because what everybody else thinks and what they don't know your life. So don't worry about what people think. The only person that you should be worried about what they think is yourself. And that's it. People can come in here right now and say, hey, look, this guy, all he's doing is blabbing his mouth. I haven't seen anything what this guy's done yet. Whatever. They can come in here and judge me all they want. I really don't care. I'm going to help who wants help. If we connect, we connect. We don't, we don't. Just go about your business, and I'll go about mine. I've met tons of people in my lifetime, Some stay, some go. Some talk shit, some love, some care. Just stick to the positive ones and the people that you initially, the people that are saying the things that you say or doing the things that you do or have the same mindset. You can intuitively know who's right for you and who's wrong for you. So why even start to be with somebody that's the wrong person for you? When you see the red flags, the doubt, the lies, the bullshit, those are all signs for you to, okay, I don't need this person. Goodbye. Next. And then the right people start to come in your energy in your life. And you just make sure that you keep those boundaries up, you keep your guard up just in case, because people change. People change. Today, you can be, I love Mark. He's, been there for me, this, and then tomorrow, you might be like, you know what? I didn't like what Mark said just now. Fuck him. I'm going to go somewhere else. I don't need him anymore. And that's fine. Go for it. If that's what you want, go for it. I wouldn't be one bit phased by it because what's meant for you is meant for you, what's not is not. But I think people have this perception that they get comfortable with being disrespected. And I just don't get that. In the past few years, a lot of people are comfortable with being disrespected. And I can't stand that. I don't know why people would even get comfortable being disrespected. And then they say, oh, well, it doesn't happen all the time. Or I can handle it, because, it's just an argument or whatever. Or it's just this or it's just that. Okay. So you want to live that way? Okay, well, then go ahead. I think that's delusional, but whatever. But see, that's my opinion. That's what I think. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They get comfortable. I always have this saying where I say, you're comfortable with not going nowhere. You're comfortable with the bullshit life you're living, then okay. I shouldn't be judging you. But if you really woke up and saw the what you can have and where you can be, you wouldn't even want to be comfortable with this way of life or this person or this job or this situation. And there's so much to do. There's so much to say. There's so much to believe. Hey Tristan, my night's good so far. Thanks. Yeah, love and life. It's people stop growing. You're right. Nikki said, Mark, if you had to pick two questions to ask Tarot that you think are good questions to ask, what are they? Well, the number one question that I would ask is, a general reading for the next, 2 weeks or something like that, because looking too far ahead and dwelling too much on time is unnecessary. But one of the questions that I like to ask other readers is, what do you see for me in the next 2 weeks? Like, how is my next 2 weeks going to be, or how my next 30 days are going to be? And what do you see? So you can get that, heads up. I like general things, general readings. I don't really ask specific things unless I have a specific question. But the first question will probably be, general reading for the next couple of days or next, or for the month. Like, they would say, how are things going to be for me in April? How are things going to be for me in this month or that month? But I don't like to look too far, and I don't like to ask too far. And the second question, because I'm single, I would probably say, do you see any potential, love relationship for me in the next 3 months? I've asked that like a million times. And, somebody's got to be right one day. But those are the two questions that I would ask right now if I was asking somebody. A lot of people lack self worth, love, and life. You're right. I think that people lack self worth because they listen to other people, and I think a lot of people envy people's lives. You know, I don't really read for myself like that, but I'll ask some of my psychic friends. Like we'll swap readings. Like some of my psychic friends will be like, "Hey, would you answer a question for me?" And I'll answer a question for you. I'll be like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, it's all good." I don't really get like full blown readings or anything like that from anybody because I just like to live my life and just let God give me whatever comes, you know. But I have some psychic friends who, instead of paying each other, we just read for each other, which is not very often, but I would say like maybe once every 2 weeks or once a week, maybe. Just depends on who I'm with or who I'm around. I personally don't recommend getting readings every day. It's not good for your health. It's not good for you. It's not good for spirit. Every day is too much. Once a week, twice a week, that's okay. Like hear a question here and there, but it's not good to abuse it. It's only good to use it as a form of finding out or a warning or just like a a kind of update or something. That's why I like general readings just to see whatever comes out. If you have a specific question, it's okay. But I just think people are obsessed with it and they can get addicted to it. That's why I don't do it. I used to be that person at one point. But even if I see somebody coming to me too many times, I'll tell them, hey, look, you should just chill, just let life happen. You don't have to get readings every day. You don't have to know that. You want to know that, but you don't have to know that. And sometimes when you go to too many people, it's even worse because you got to remember you're getting these answers from spirit. So if you leave here and go somewhere else and ask the same shit, then and you get a different answer, it's gonna confuse the heck out of you. You're gonna be like, well, who do I believe? Who's right? And why should that even happen? Like just ask it and go about your business. But a lot of people have an addiction and a lot of people, abuse it instead of, understanding that it's not about having to know everything. You don't really have to know things. Just believe it'll happen. And if you do that, then you're good. Well, it all depends on who you go to as well. Because some people will just bullshit you for money, and some people will actually take the time to give you the answer and make sure they're giving you the right answer and make sure it's right. Yeah, and that's fine. As long as you don't abuse it, it's okay. Everything is good until you abuse it. You can get a 6 pack of beer. You either drink one every day or you drink the whole 6 pack and get drunk. Then if you drink all six, you're abusing it, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So I think that there's a level of with psychic stuff. There's to me there's a level of abuse and there's a level of obsession, and sometimes you just want to hear the psychic say, yes, this person loves you, yes, this person wants you, and it's based on emotion sometimes, and also the reader's emotions because they really want you to find love or really want you to have the right answer. So it becomes tricky. My suggestion is always to go with the person that's right. So if you go to a reader and that reader's 99% right about you all the time, then that's who spirit wants you to go to. Now, if you're going to somebody that's like not really right and some right and some wrong, there's spirit trying to guide you not to go back to that person or to just stick with some person And if you're not getting any answers, that means you should stick to yourself and start believing in yourself and make things happen on your own. Everybody has, a way to make something happen. You don't really need a psychic. You don't really need anyone but yourself to make the decisions. But it's tough. Some people, need the guidance. People need to know. They just everybody's different. Some people think this is bullshit. Some people think it's real. Some people enjoy it. Some people just go in the chats just to see what's going on and talk, and that's okay. And never get a reading, that's fine. People do it all the time. Yeah, it's good to hear different sides of the same coin, if that's how you want to put it. Hey, Philomena, how you doing? I try not to read for myself anyway. I'll give myself a message or ask Spirit to give me a message or something, but I'm not going to sit here all day with my cards. When am I going to get this? Or when am I going to do that? Or do you see this for me? Or do you see that for me? I was like that at first because when I read for people, I was like, fuck, I'm right like majority of the time for all these people. Well, why am I not right for myself? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, because when I read for myself, it usually doesn't happen because it's not meant for me to read myself. And sometimes things will happen, but majority of the times it won't. So like I'm the type of person I'd rather just leave it alone. And if I really want to know something, I'll check and I'll ask somebody else. And if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to go to the person and be like, "Oh, you were wrong." But if you're right, I'm going to tell you, "Yes, you were right." Yeah. I just can't like I don't believe in disrespecting somebody for them being wrong because it's your fault too, Yeah, well, love and life, that's how it is. Your own family can be your worst enemies. Yeah, it's true though. Hey, Jose, you said I totally get you. I know I'm obsessed. I have an intense mind, still healing from a breakup. I know he loves me, but just need to move on. It's hard. I would like to know if I will heal soon. But that's the thing. You can heal once you realize that healing is a process only if you want it to be a long process. The thing is if you know somebody loves you, if somebody really loves you, you have to ask yourself this. See, love is a word that people use very different. And my definition, if you say, I know he loves me, but I just need to move on. Now, if a person loves you and wants to be with you, then they're going to be with you right now. If a person doesn't really love you, then they're not with you right now. That's my opinion on love. If someone really loves you, they're with you right now. That's simple. If they don't love you, that means that they're not really with you. You can love somebody and not be with them if that's what you believe. But I have a hard time believing that because love is meant to be, you're supposed to be in love with the person. Like the person's supposed to be with you, especially relationship wise. Well, see, there you go. If he tried, you say no. So he loves you, but you have to move on. See, that's different. So if you don't love him, then that's fine. Yeah, yeah. You can only love somebody if you want to love them. If you don't love them, then you move on. I get what you're trying to say. Yeah, yeah. Love is hard, man. Love is something that is earned, respected, trusted. It's it's one of the biggest things in the world. All right, Nick, I see you donated. You said let's do a general for April for yourself. All right, cool, no problem. You're welcome, Jose. No problem. Main thing is to love yourself. That's the main thing. Loving yourself. Thanks, Love and Life. I appreciate you. I'm glad you hung out with me tonight. What do I think of Oracle cards? I love them. Yeah, I love Oracle cards. I have many Oracle decks. Sometimes to me, it's not the cards, it's the person that shuffles them. It's the person who uses the cards. Anybody can have a deck of cards, but if you don't know what to do with them, then it doesn't mean anything. So that's my perception on cards. But Oracle cards are wonderful. I have tons of them. Like I said, anybody can use them. But I love Oracle cards. Yeah, I love them. I have many decks, as you've seen. I'm sure I've got like tons of them. This is my newest Oracle deck right here that I got for my birthday back in February. It's called A Divination of the Ancients Oracle cards. I like Oracle cards because they come with a book and they give you the full meaning of the card. So it's nice. It's something different. Different from tarot, obviously, but it's nice though. Yeah, I feel everybody is ready because they're honest. Answers are good if they're real, even if they're bad or good. As long as they're real answers and they're truthful, then it's good. Nick, for the month of April, I'm getting that if you're willing to make the necessary effort without being preoccupied with your own ego, then things can move forward with yourself. You have to make the sacrifice if you want things to happen. I think what I'm getting here is you can be dealing with a woman this in April. If you're close to your mom, then you and your mom will have mother son time. If this is your sister, it could be a sister, it could be any type of female influence around you. This person is like a motivator. This person is like like I said, they're an influence. It could be your mother, your sister, could be any woman. This woman that is around you is someone who is going to be very significant in the month of April to you and for you. There's going to be some action with this woman back and forth, talking, hanging out, being with this person in the month of April. Could be grandma, whoever. any type of really significant woman that's in your life. What spirit wants you to know in the month of April is, Nick, you got to clear away your old thoughts, your old ways, and keep making new possibilities happen and make way for the new. Whether this is you transforming your life in a better way, making alterations, making changes. If you feel like, if you have health issues or you feel like you can get better health wise, then do so. Because if not, you're going to get sick mentally or physically. So don't let that mishap happen. Also, you might be thinking about your finances and how secure you are, how you want to be more secure, or you don't want to be less secure, obviously. So don't make any bad investments. If in April, if you have to invest in something, make sure you find out what you're investing in, how long the investment is going to reward you. So any investment type of things, don't do it, because it'll be a bad investment. So don't none of these get rich schemes. Don't do none of that shit in the month of April. Um, just try and make changes to yourself, especially with your prophecy, what you believe in, what you want happen. The more effort you make, the more willing you're going to feel to make these changes and make it happen. But if you need any type of guidance or any type of advice in those areas that I've mentioned, a woman can definitely help you with that. So if you have a good relationship with your mom, I would say listen to mommy. If you have a good relationship with your sister, listen to your sister. Any type of, even if your boss is a woman and you're cool with them, they can be very significant in your April general reading here. Also, what I got is there's a young woman that you might work with. I think I saw her last time. She might be very rebellious or have some crazy ideas. Try not to be around that person, because they're gonna give you like bad news, or their thinking is not logical. They're not that real of a person. They're unrealistic, and they're just gonna be annoying you. If this woman is the one I'm talking about, the younger one is the worst one. But I think I told you that last time. There was a young woman around you at work stirring the pot. In April, she might continue to do so, but it could be the younger of the two. So just be aware of that person, because they're a bit crazy. Yeah, Jose, sometimes we have to learn from that lesson. And once you learn from that lesson, then you realize that you made a mistake, forgive yourself for dealing with them, and then you just move on to the next chapter of your life. Yeah, I keep getting like the same thing for you, Nick, that try not to doubt yourself. Try not to, you can be suspicious of people around you, especially the shady ones. Don't worry about any type of gossip about you. Like, this is going back to your first question of the night today. I keep getting this energy around you that even when your grandfather was talking to me earlier, he knows you fear certain things. Like, if you know somebody's talking shit about you or just being weird towards you, like, it's okay to be suspicious. It's okay to deal with the gossip, and those people are bad. So just like eliminate that from your mind. Like, just know that you can't fix stupid. You can't fix people who are going to talk shit, because that's just in their nature. So I'm getting like the same type of vibe here for April is You're going to deal with biased people, judgmental people, but they want you to know that if you let that cling, if you let that energy cling to you, then you're gonna feel just like them, miserable and bad. But if you don't, just imagine, just clear that energy, keep clearing it. Imagine them writing the things they say about you or doing the thing they say about you on a blackboard, and you got the eraser and say, nope, I'm not doing that. Just envision yourself erasing them out of your mind. That's the main message, is no matter what happens in April, just keep erasing the negativity so that way you can be fine yourself. Okay, Jose, I'll always be around. I'm always around, so whenever you're ready. Sometimes PayPal, you have to if you're always logged in, sometimes you gotta log out and just re-log back in. And if you're on the phone, sometimes it's worse. But if you're on a computer, it's better to do. PayPal has issues sometimes, and I just tell people what works for me is I have issues as well, but I just completely log off or shut down my phone or shut down my computer, log back on, and then it comes on. But either way, I'll be happy to answer you when you get it up and working. That's good, Nick. I'm glad. You'll be fine. Thanks, Destiny. I appreciate that, sweetheart. That's why I have you all in here. You're nice to me. I'm nice to you. I don't get the code in my phone now. Yeah, see, the phone thing is aggravating. I had a lot of phone problems with PayPal recently. It asks me to re-log in all the time. And it's annoying. It's lately they've changed their system, and every time I go on my phone, it acts up. But when I go on my computer, it doesn't act up. It's weird. I don't know what's wrong, but I get you though. Yeah, I don't really. I used to care, but not anymore. All right, Philomena, I see you donated. Thank you. You said, is Trey going to come back into my life? All right, let's check. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's probably not your card, but it's just the actual system. Sometimes it's acting up. Yeah, absolutely, Destiny. I agree with you. Respect is earned and gained. Some people don't like their own medicine. He's stalking your social media. All right, let's see what's going on with Trey. Yeah, he's definitely stalking you. He knows that you don't want him back, but he's definitely stalking you because the thing is, he thinks you're beautiful and he thinks that you're the right woman for him. But he knows he regrets, not giving you no real time and real love. He thinks that things are not complete between you and him. He knows that there's misunderstandings. He knows that things are not really satisfactory as far as in the love department, but he really likes the way you look. I think he likes the way you look more than actually yourself. So he might be obsessed with, the way you look or, your body or something like that. But I do think that he might contact you or try to contact you in some type of way. Even though he's stalking your social media, I still think that he's going to try to contact you because he thinks that things aren't over yet between you guys. He knows that things have been, not, he knows that in order for him to be in a relationship with you, he has to put in 100%. And that it's bothering him now because he feels like he should have done it, but he didn't. But I think like in the next 5 days or so, he's gonna try and contact you in some type of way. And he's gonna say, hey, look, I'm sorry what I did. I regret it. Or sorry I've been like the way I am, but I really want you in my life, blah, blah, blah. But I still don't think that he's willing to make it official and make it real. I just think it's more lust than anything. I think he's lusting over you. Like he's looking at you and wanting to be with you and saying, yeah, she's fine, I want to be with her so bad, blah, blah, blah. I'm stupid. I should have went after. I should have really treated her right. Things like that. That's what I'm getting through the cards of how he feels. Yeah, I'm getting that he's gonna contact you in the next couple days. I keep getting the same type of vibe here. Like he's gonna tell you everything you want to hear, but he may not do everything that he says. So I would say that yes, he is gonna come back into your life in the next few days. He's gonna contact you and he's gonna try and sweet talk you into thinking that give him another chance. That's what he wants. Whether or not you give him another chance, that's up to you. Yeah, exactly, Destiny. If you're the president, like, you got to respect the person's authority and this person's job. If not, then that's just it. Dealing with people's emotions and dealing with people's disrespect is a part of life. You know, sometimes I got to catch myself many times not wanting to say anything and just keep my mouth shut sometimes, but sometimes it's impossible. Sometimes we're like, are you seriously like gonna do that? Or seriously gonna talk that shit to me right now? It's hard because there's so much people out there that envy and are jealous and are just outright evil. And they really don't want to see you go ahead, even though they act like they do, but then they switch up. And there's people that ride on your coattails or they pray for your downfall. And then there's people that are really genuine and really care about your life and really care about you. But those are hard to find, especially in this type of world now, because jealousy is taught, hate is taught, manipulation is taught. Narcissists are everywhere. It's a regular thing in life because a majority of those people are people who do not want to go the hard route or don't want to work for things. They just want shit handed to them. That's the way of life. But it's not just happened now. It's been happening before our time, before I was born, before you're born, before everybody was born in this room. That shit's been happening, but we just witness it in a different term, a different way. But my suggestion is to always be true to yourself, be true to everybody, give everybody a chance. They fuck up that chance, don't give them no more. But that's us having to put our foot down. But see, a lot of us think that, oh, well, I need this person. You don't need that person. You just want that person around you at the time. But you don't need nobody's validation. All you need is your own. If you can tell yourself every day, I'm doing the right thing and I'm happy, then that's all that matters. Everybody else is irrelevant. If it's a work related situation, do your job, shut your mouth, Do what you have to do. Talk when spoken to. Speak when spoken to. Whatever that phrase is, and just do whatever you have to do and go home. Do your what you have to do there. Go back to work. Do what you got to do. Keep your personal life out of work. That's my suggestion, and just try to stay away from all negative energy and all negative feelings. It's easy. Like if you're talking to somebody, just make sure there's a bathroom around. And as soon as they start talking and you don't want to hear it, it's like, hey, look, I am sorry to cut you off. I gotta go use the bathroom. Okay, no problem. I'll be here when you're back. Yeah, I won't be. Goodbye. Make excuses to not deal with that negativity. Make excuses not to argue. Even if you want to argue with that person or tell them something, it's not even worth it. As soon as you give somebody your energy, you lost. Just be like, yep, uh-huh, right. I've learned that silence is better than bullshit, but it took me a long time. People are actually proud of me because I'm usually the one that, when somebody says something about me, I go after them. But I don't do it anymore. I don't care. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll make a mockery out of it, or I'll just make fun of it, or just go about my business. But it's very hard. It's very hard because people provoke you, people poke you, people manipulate you, people say shit about you. So it's an action to a reaction. And it's not good to do that. It's not good to like give people your energy all the time. So I'm working on that every day, and I suggest everybody work on it as well. So if somebody's out there like poking at you, talking shit about you, you know it's a lie. Let me tell you something. Before I leave, I'm gotta go because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. My suggestion to everybody in here before I go is this: do what's best for you, not what's best for somebody else. When you know somebody's talking shit or they're saying something about you or they're jealous, they're envious, and they provoke you, the best thing to do is just go about your life, go about your business. The less you say, the less drama you encounter. The more you feed that demon and the more you feed that narcissist, the more they're going to keep coming at you because they know they got you right where they want you. They want that reaction. So if you stay quiet, do what you got to do, that person, you will drive them crazy. You will drive that person crazy with no response. No answer is an answer. Remember that. Yeah, they need a reaction. And they will say the dumbest shit and the most nastiest lies that they can find just to get you to react. And if you react, you lost. You got to keep saying, that's a lie. That's a lie. Well, whatever. Keep talking, whatever. Eventually, they'll go away. Eventually, they will go away because they're going to find someone else to react. And I'm proud of myself because I've been doing that a lot with my brother-in-law. He's been saying a lot of shit, because they're my sister and him getting a divorce. So he's kind of like dragging me into it, trying to get me to react so I can look bad. And I'm like, yep. Yeah, keep saying whatever you want, bro. I don't care. Like, I'm just going to be looking at you like, yep. Mhm. Yeah, I don't care. You can say whatever you want. That's not true. Nope, that's not true either. No, you don't even know what truth is. So why am I even going to worry about you? And I'm trying to get my sister to that point now, but it's hard for her to but she's doing good though. I keep telling her, listen, he can't get your reaction, so he's going to say the stupidest things and the most nastiest lies to get your reaction. And when he does, you lost. So I said, please don't react to that. Is it a lie or is it real? No, it's a lie, Mark. I said, well, there you go. If it's a lie, then why do we need to react? Leave it. Just let him talk to himself. It's the best thing. But my mom taught me that years ago, but I never listened to her. You know what my mom used to say? Ignore ignorance. Ignore it, Mark. Ignore it, Mark. And I'm like, no, mom, I can't. I want to beat the crap out of this person. I want to fuck them up. I want to tell them about themselves. But what is it going to do? Nothing. That person is going to wake up and be a dickhead anyway. That person is going to wake up and lie all over again because that's what they do. You know, there's two different people in the world, bad and good. So stay away from the bad and go to the good. Simple. It's hard, though. It's hard. I know it's hard. I know. You're talking to somebody that's still working on that. But I'm doing good, though. I'm staying away from those lies. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And I will see everybody tomorrow. I'll be on here tomorrow night and the weekend. God willing. But please, everybody, be safe. Don't give people your energy. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. Believe that Spirit has your back. And, you know, just make sure that you understand what's right from wrong. As I said I was going to go, I can't go now. You just made PayPal. All right, Jose, I'll answer your questions and then I'm going to go. No, that's fine. I'll answer your questions. It's all right. It's all good. You'll be my last person for today. And then I'll go. It's all good. No problem, man. I know you had a problem with your PayPal, but obviously it went through now, so that's good. You're good. You can go ahead and ask your questions. And thank you, by the way. I appreciate it. You want to know about your work finances. All right, let's check. Absolutely loving life. The same to you. Many blessings your way. And I'm so glad you came by. I love your energy. And I'm so glad you came by. It was nice and always a pleasure vibing with you and everybody in here and talking real. God bless you too. All right, Jose. What I got here is, as far as work and stuff, work is going to be like an up and down cycle for you from now until April and the month of April. What I'm getting here is you might feel hindered, or you might feel like there's obstacles around you. Sometimes you might feel like you want to self-destruct and just go off on people, or just feel like it's not right for you, or feel like work is just not going the way you want it to go. But what I'm getting here is I think that one problem at work is going to end and one is going to begin. So you're approaching, I feel, the end of a cycle and a problem at work. But this also could be for the better and could be for the worse. The outcome of this, it depends on you, and it depends on the continuation of whether you're going to stay there or leave or make any worthwhile changes to affect being there in a certain way. Now, there's old ways and there's new ways, but if you keep following your old ways and continue the oppression or continue the vibe that you're in when you go to work, then it's going to allow you to feel the same way that you are now. But if you wanted to improve, what I would suggest is, yeah, what I would suggest is just know that it's the way it's going to be. Like it's a phase, it's a cycle. So what goes around comes around type of thing. So, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad, things like that. As far as the financial part of it, that's cool that you're an actor. Um, all right, good night, love and life. Take care. What I'm getting as far as finances is the same thing. There needs to be a change in order for you in order for the finances to be better. I'm also getting like there's you might discontinue dealing with certain people or dealing with this company you work for, or if this acting the people that you act for are going to be expecting change. You might be arguing with people. They're arguing with a specific person. The inconsistency is going to continue. The instability is going to continue. I don't see it getting any better than it is now, Jose. Unfortunately, I don't see it getting better. I just see it staying the same. Worse, I would say maybe, but there's the cards that I have in front of me are nothing worthwhile. It just says that it's going to be a continuing cycle of the same shit, different day. It's going to be like, you're asking me about your work and your finances. The work is going to remain the same. The finances are going to remain the same. It's not going to get better. It's going to remain the same. And if you stay there and you act for the same people, it's going to be the same. And the reason for this is because there's no change. It's like the same shit, different day type of feeling I get here. I get that there's no consistency and there's going to be discontinuance and change, but it's going to be because of arguing or not seeing eye to eye with somebody. And I do get men and women. Yeah, same. If you're comfortable with making the same or being the same and staying in that cycle, then I see that it's going to be all right. But less is only going to be if you don't. I don't know if you're like arguing with people there, not in an acting way, but a non-acting way. If you're getting into quarrels or like any type of arguments with anybody, especially a man, it might cause more issues. It might cause more issues. So try not to like argue with anybody unless you're acting, if you know what I mean. Let me just check something for you. Yeah. I think it's going to be the same. Jose, I think that your finances and work is going to be the same. It says that you're very professional and you do what you have to do and you're considerate and you're good. But if you're working for a man, like if there's a man there that runs the whole show, then this guy is indecisive and he can't control his real emotions. So he sometimes, he has to escape from his mentality and like seclude himself and possibly like look back and say, look, I can't pay these people more money because of this and this. So if you're looking for more money, this guy can't make it happen because of some type of decision. But I think that they look at you as a good person and a good actor, and you're good at what you do. I just think that there's a person that you work for, or the person that's in complete control. He still is very indecisive on how he's going to make these things work, or how it's going to get better. And you'll see that next month. There's a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking going on, and a thinking process that's going on, Jose. There's a thinking process going on between somebody else, not you, but like this other person. So I would say if your boss is a man, there's a lot of indecision. If they're a woman, then they're weak and their character is failing to proceed in a right way. But I think things are gonna stay the same from now until April. It's not gonna get worse and it's not gonna get extremely better, but it'll just stay the same. But there's gonna be times where you're gonna doubt the people around you. And if you are doubting them now, the doubt's gonna continue. But I would suggest not getting to any arguments because that'll make it worse. I hope that made sense, Jose. Could be your agent. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like your agent is very indecisive. You know, if you have the money until summer, that's great. So that's why next month looks the same. It says the same. Everything will be okay. It's just that I think that your agent could be arguing with somebody on your behalf, or there's some type of disputes or indecisions going on how they're going to proceed. But that's normal, I guess, in that field. I don't know. But I'm just getting like a man is going to be like kind of pissed. It's not at you. I think that you're fine. You're what you're doing is you're doing your job and they're fine with that. I think it's on the outside, like the finances and things like that. There's indecision on how to proceed. They're trying to find a better way, if that makes sense. You're welcome, no problem. I just think that they're trying to find a better way. Yes, I just think it's going to be the same. There's a lot of indecision here and up and down energy. I just think people emotionally around you in that area are going to be like not wanting to make decisions. Like there's something going on in the indecisive part of it all. But I don't see anything extremely bad though. Just indecision, decision making, decision making. All righty. Okay, let's check. Let's check. Is it possible there will be a season 2 of a show I worked on? It could be that. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Right now, Jose, I would say no. Like it's saying that I think this is why I'm seeing the indecisiveness and like the not telling me, like it's not saying that it's gonna happen. What it's saying here is they're very uncertain about this season two. Um, but another thing I want to say is if this whole acting part is to do with like love and arguing back and forth or something to do with a show like that, then I would say that it's still in the works. I would say that if this show is about relationships and arguing or uncertainty or like like a drama series or something like that, then I would say they're still working on it. If it's nothing to do with that, then there's going to be drama leading up to season two with indecisiveness and finding to seeing if it's going to work. So I think that the cards are telling me that yeah, okay, yeah, I'm the antagonist. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's why I'm getting the cards I'm getting. See, because I don't really read for like actors and stuff, but when I do, if I've read for an actor before. One of my good friends that come in here actually acts. She's beautiful, and she does a show too as well. Um, so I would say it's going to be a season two if this continues. If like like I said, they're indecisive, and I keep getting that. Like they have to make a choice, and if they make the choice, it's going to go forward. But it's not nothing to do with you. It's to do with them. They have to make the decision. See, on your end, you're fine. You're doing your job. I feel like you're not the problem. You're not the issue. The people, the agents, and the people that are in charge of the show, they are so like not on the they don't know what to do. It's like they think that it's going to work, but they're just so paranoid on how it's going to work. So I think they're arguing amongst themselves. They're going back and forth with themselves, and they have this cloudy outlook on how things are going to work. Like they're not realizing that it can work, but how they're going to make it like proceed. But I do feel like in the next 6 weeks, you're going to find out. Yeah, season two is not sure yet. It just opened in the UK so soon. Ah, okay, so that makes sense. See, because I'm not getting a concrete answer, and that's probably why. Because they're negotiating back and forth. Yeah, so that makes more sense to me now. But to be honest, in the next 6 weeks, you're gonna find out more information. It's gonna be good news. See, I don't like to look too far ahead because when I read cards, I like to look for the next 30 days. So for the next 30 days, everything's gonna be still up in the air. But in the next 6 weeks, going into May, that's when you're gonna find out more information, and it's gonna be good news. But it's has to evolve. Like it has to actually make. See, they don't know what's gonna happen. Like it's not set in stone really. But what I did get at the end there is 6 weeks time. You'll know more information. You'll get good news, but it has to be implemented through them. It's nothing to do with you. Like you're fine, you're good. Jose, you're good, bro. You're good. It's just these people that are dealing with it, they have to make it happen. Yeah, and that's the thing. So I would say like going into May, you'll find out more about this whole situation, but it'll be a positive outlook. But like I said, it depends on these people though, and anything can happen. So it's up to them. Yeah. But you're gonna be fine. You'll be fine. And I wish you luck on that, bro. And it's cool to act. I've always wanted to do that myself. I like all that type of stuff. I always feel that I can act whenever I want. But that's a cool job, man. That's a cool job. I like that. I know it's a strenuous job, but yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you do. And I know they love you for your job too. They really admire you. Yeah. You're all actors, yeah. Yeah, we are all actors, yeah. You're right. I can act when I want to. I like acting funny. I'm a funny guy. I'm not I want to be in a drama. I want to be in a comedy series or something. I want to talk a lot of shit and have fun and laugh and stuff. Like I'd probably be better off as a comedy guy. I want to be the funny guy in the movie. I don't want no drama shit and, you know, dealing with like crazy bitches and shit like that. No problem, bro. You're welcome, man. Thank you too. I appreciate it. All right, man. No problem. It was good seeing you. Good meeting you. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. And it's really late here. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll be back tomorrow. But thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. I wish you well, and good night. I wish you well in your acting episodes, and it'll work out. Just keep doing your job. It's up to them, not to you now. All right, man. Take care. All right, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.